皆さん、こんにちは. This is week 5 of Year 8 Japanese for term 2. So far this term, we have had looked at two topics. We looked at topic 1, going places, which happened in week 2 to week 3. Last week, we also looked at Japanese cities, which was topic 2. Now for the following 2 weeks, week 5 and 6, we'll look at the next topic in our unit, which is called by transport. Before we begin this new topic, let's just do a little review of what we have learned so far. The key sentence structure for this unit, once again, is place ni ikimasu. Place ni ikimasu, meaning I will go or I'll go. We should now be very familiar with different examples of place ni ikimasu. For example, machi ni ikimasu, I'll go to the city, and Tokyo ni ikimasu, I'll go to Tokyo. It is now also expected you know and understand place ni ikimasen, which is I don't go, and place ni ikimasu ka, do you go? For topic 1, going places, we looked at those 7 different vocabulary. For Tokyo, machi, umi, gakko, uchi, koen, and party. And we put any of those 7 words in the sentence structure place ni ikimasu to make a new sentence. For Japanese cities, which we looked at last week, we learned 6 different cities, which were Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, Sapporo, and Fukuoka. They are also used in the sentence place in ikimasu, but this time we're using the city name instead of the place. So we can use Kyoto ni ikimasu. I go to Kyoto. Now, moving on to topic 3. This new topic is called by transport, and our learning intention is to learn vocabulary on modes of transport and use them in sentences about going places. Our success criteria is I can say and write Japanese sentences about going places and specifying the modes of transport. In other words, how will I go to a place? What transport will I take? So the new sentence structure we learn by transport is as follows. Transport de ikimasu. Transport de ikimasu. Let me show you an example of transport de ikimasu. We have taxi de ikimasu. Taxi de ikimasu. This will mean I go by taxi. So now you should now have an idea what the function of de here. De once again is a particle, and if you look at the sentence taxi de ikimasu, it should be very obvious. De serves the same function as the English word by. So taxi de ikimasu would mean I go by taxi. And here is the explanation of the particle de, used for modes of transport. For example, car, train, bus, equivalent to the English word by. And the word de, or the character de, is used after the transport word. For example, in the last example, it's used after the word taxi. Taxi de ikimasu. Now, let me show you examples of using de. We have now, once again, 7 different sentences using different modes of transport, and we'll go through each one of them. Number 1, we have Shinkansen de ikimasu. Shinkansen de ikimasu. If you're wondering what Shinkansen is, have a look at this picture. It is a very modern Japanese bullet train. Shinkansen is the Japanese word for bullet train, and on the right-hand side of the slide, you have the kanji for Shinkansen. Once again, we are not expecting you to learn how to write these 3 characters. We are, however, expecting you to be able to recognize and write hiragana and be able to read the romaji. So once again, Shinkansen de ikimasu. Next, we have airplane. Hikouki de ikimasu. Hikouki de ikimasu. Now we have bus. Basu de ikimasu. Basu de ikimasu. Now this is a picture of a train. Densha de ikimasu. Densha de ikimasu. A picture of a Titanic. For this one, fune de ikimasu. Fune で行きます。I go by boat. バイクで行きます。バイクで行きます。Obviously, if you hear the word bike, it sounds very similar to the English word bike. And in here, you'll mean motorbike or motorcycles. 車で行きます。車で行きます。I go by car. And here are the 7 words we have just covered. 新幹線、飛行機、バス、電車、船、バイク、車. All 7 of those words you can put in the sentence transport で行きます and you just replace the word for the transport in here and you can just say the sentence. For example, 車で行きます. I go by car. Now, here's your task for week 5. This week, we're trying something different. We want you to be able to show us your speaking and how you're going with actually saying the Japanese sentences. So, what we have done is we have prepared a document for you to read in Japanese. It is being attached on Google Classroom as a PDF and it has been sent to you this week on Google Classroom. You need to look at this document and record yourself saying those Japanese sentences. You need to submit your recording on Google Classroom by the due date, which is next Wednesday, the 20th of May. So now let's take a look at this PDF document together. Now this is your voice recording task for week 5. There are 2 parts to this task. Part 1, record yourself reading the following Japanese sentences and upload the voice file to Google Classroom. If you look at this table, there are 7 sets of sentences. You just need to read each one of the sentences. For part 2, you need to work out the English meaning for each phrase and provide the English meaning during your recording for each sentence. So you need to go through the table and work out what each of those sentences mean in English. Each sentence has been written in both hiragana and romaji. So you can refer to the PowerPoint and also our lesson videos to work out the meaning. Let me give you an example. So if I am a student and I'm doing part 1, I'll just be going. Number 1, 町に行きます。バスで行きます。I go to city. I go by bus. And then I move on to number 2, number 3, number 4, all the way to number 7. Once you complete your recording, send it to us, upload it onto Google Classroom. If you have any questions or if you have problems doing this task, let us know. Please have a practice before you submit your final version of your recording. We will be looking at how well you pronounce and say those sentences. So, 頑張れ。皆さん、さようなら。